Welcome to CrimeTime 365, the channel that delivers the most wild, hilarious, and dramatic moments from the world of crime. Today we have a real doozy for you. It's a clip from the virtual courtroom of Judge Elizabeth DiSanto. You will witness a courtroom battle between Judge DiSanto and a defendant who seems to have forgotten the meaning of paying rent. This lady, who claims to have filed for bankruptcy, finds herself in a rather sticky situation. But what makes this video truly entertaining is the outrageous conduct of the squatter herself. Prepare to be amazed as this unruly defendant steps way out of line, repeatedly screaming at the judge. This obnoxious lady is definitely a habitual line stepper. Now let's pause for a moment to acknowledge the incredible irony here. This defendant, who hasn't paid her rent for months, has the audacity to throw a tantrum in court. But perhaps it was a twist of fate that her reception during the Zoom hearing was as terrible as her payment history, because it may have saved her from catching another charge. You won't believe the things she screamed at the top of her lungs while disrespectfully pointing her finger at the judge. They could have easily been construed as threats, if it weren't for the constant cutting in and out of her audio. For it seems her phone bill is just one of the many bills she has been reluctant to pay. Nevertheless, Judge DiSanto remains patient and composed, doing her utmost best to proceed with the case. Despite the defendant's complete lack of preparation and failure to submit the necessary paperwork to prove her bankruptcy claims, Judge DiSanto maintains her professionalism and determination. So get ready for an onslaught of jaw-dropping moments as we dive into this unforgettable ZoomCourt showdown. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, because the world of crime and justice never fails to surprise and entertain.
In the matter of Royal Woods Townhomes versus Marquia Stevenson, all occupants, 222177. And appearance, counsel?
Good morning. Good morning. I'm Cheryl Luckoff on behalf of the plaintiff.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Stevenson, if you can please unmute. All right, thank you. And Ms. Stevenson, your name for the record, please.
Marquia Stevenson.
Okay, thank you. And so, Ms. Luckoff, this is the date scheduled. Okay, so there was a bankruptcy stay that was entered November of 2022. And then there was an order reopening the case after bankruptcy. And so this is the hearing for that. And so, counsel, you had an opportunity to speak to Ms. Stevenson in the breakout room, correct?
Yes, Your Honor. And I'd like to create a record right now. So the defendant had her initial hearing on November 4th, and she filed the bankruptcy right before that hearing. She did appear, she was given her rights. Her bankruptcy, she had filed a Chapter 13. It was dismissed for failure to comply. She paid zero into her plan. She had not paid herself. She had not paid the landlord rent since September of 2021. Since that time, she had Sarah payments. She has a balance right now of $12,106, Your Honor. She informed me in the breakout room she's filed another bankruptcy. I don't have any notice of this bankruptcy. There's no bankruptcy attorney here, but that is what she is asserting. We are going to be objecting to any discharge because if she filed it right before this hearing again. And there clearly seems to be some abuse here, but she can provide the case number for the court. And, if a stay needs to be in place, then a stay needs to be in place. But I have no knowledge personally of any bankruptcy, and my client has not received a notice of bankruptcy proceedings.
Okay, Ms. Stevenson, please raise your right hand.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you solemnly swear from the testimony about
I've been filed bankruptcy.
Ms. Stevenson, please raise your right hand. Is your right hand raised? I can't see.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you solemnly swear from the testimony about to give this matter to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and so Ms. Stevenson, I'm not sure about your connection. It seems to be a little bit spotty, but okay. So Initially, you filed bankruptcy in November of 2023, correct?
Yes.
And then that was Chapter 13, is that correct?
Yes.
And you were ordered to make payments within that bankruptcy case, correct?
Incorrect.
That's incorrect?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Chapter 13, were you required to make any payments at all?
I fired my lawyer for the Chapter 13. I reached out to Royal Woods because the payment plan that he came up with, I did not agree with. So I fired him. I contacted Royal Woods and I told them about my new attorney. And I just gave Miss Lockoff the case number.
I don't have the case number. Her connection was spotty. She said 23. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay.
I can give you the case number, Your Honor.
What is the case number?
Okay, 1 second, please. My case number is 23-44007.
Okay. When was that case filed?
I contacted them in January, and my lawyer told me to contact him when I received the court papers for eviction or a hearing. So I contacted him, and he filed the case last week. And I did contact Royal Woods as well.
Who did you speak to?
I spoke to Andrew at Royal Woods, and I informed him, and also a lady named Cheryl at the office, at the the corporate office. She emailed me and actually called me. I told her, I said, I have another case and I don't know why we're going to court. I still need the 30 days, to vacate the premises. She said, okay, we're still going to take you to court. I said, okay, fine. I said, you guys are wasting your time because I'm on another automatic stay.
She's a professional. Your Honor.
So are you
respectfully,
just a moment. I'm just a moment, Ms. Luckoff.
Yeah.
So are you planning on relocating then, Ms. Stevenson?
Ma'am?
Yes. Are you planning on relocating then?
Could you repeat that, Your Honor?
Are you planning on relocating?
At my leisure.
At your leisure. That's not how that works, ma'am. On your own time. That isn't how this works.
Yes, ma'am. See, a bankruptcy.
I'm sorry, your connection is not very good. What did you say after bankruptcy?
I don't even supposed to be here, Your Honor, and I don't even supposed to be here.
Why not?
This is not bankruptcy court. This is not bankruptcy court. I don't even have to explain myself.
Ma'am?
I have right.
Well,
I'm supposed to be here, Your Honor. You are not a bankruptcy judge. You are not a bankruptcy judge.
You are absolutely correct. I am a district court judge and I have jurisdiction over this matter because we do not have anything in our files or anything that was filed by you or any attorney representing you that would support your claim that you have filed another bankruptcy case.
I gave you guys the case number on record, so you guys can try me if you want to.
Ma'am, where is the documentation regarding your case? You should have some paperwork. Please stop interrupting me.
I will email it to Ms. Lockoff right now.
Please stop interrupting me. You can email it to the court at 27dc@yn.mi.gov.
1 second. Do you want me to do it now? Because I will do it now.
Yes, ma'am. We're going to take a brief recess. We're going to go off the record so you can submit that. Thank you. Okay, Ms. Lockoff.
I'm here.
Okay, I don't know where Ms. Stevenson went. So I'll give her a minute to rejoin. Maybe she had a bad connection, I'm not sure. Do you, so I'm going to go on the record just so that there isn't any concern regarding ex parte communication. So we're back on the record in the matter of Royal Woods Townhomes versus Marquia Stevenson 222177. The court will note that the court took a recess to retrieve the email that Ms. Stevenson was sending in regarding her claim of a bankruptcy filing. The court will also note that Ms. Stevenson was just on the Zoom and has logged off. I'm not sure if her device logged off or she logged off intentionally. I'm not sure, but what I would like, Ms. Luckoff, is I'm going to forward this to you as well. But I have a request of you. Do you have access to the bankruptcy court?
I do. Yes.
Okay. So I would like if you could please access Ms. Stevenson's November of 2022 case.
Okay.
And if there's a register of actions of some sort, if it goes through and spells out what that is, if you can email that over to the court, please.
So you want the actual petition that she filed in November?
Not necessarily the petition, but so for instance, so like our docket, right? You can see a register of action when the matter was filed, what everything that went through sequentially, and then whether or not the Chapter 13 agreement was placed on the record, or if it was just a signed agreement, and if Ms. Stevenson signed that agreement. Okay. And then I will note, so I will forward this to you as well for your review. This apparently is it was sent to Ms. Stevenson on May 3rd, which was Wednesday at 6:15 p.m. And I'll just read it into the record. I'll also get you a copy of that as well. It's by Fairmax Law. Dear Marquia Stevenson, your bankruptcy has now been filed. Your case number is 23-44007. Per your discussions with your attorney, the pre-petition services you hired us for are now complete. We completed a bankruptcy analysis, reviewed all of your documents, and filed a skeletal bankruptcy petition. You now have 14 days to complete your bankruptcy filing, or else your case may be dismissed. As disclosed in your pre-petition services agreement, and as explained by your attorney, you have the following three options. 1, you may retain our firm to represent you in the post-petition proceedings in your case. You'll be presented with a second retainer agreement whereby your attorney for services, including the following, and then it goes on to talk about preparation of filing of my statement of financial affairs and schedules, preparation for and attendance at my section 341 meeting of creditors, review of any redemption agreements, review of any reaffirmation agreements, follow through with case administration monitoring, and conduct a post-discharge review of my credit report to ensure accurate reporting. The other option is you may seek to retain other legal counsel, or you may proceed without legal representation. Then it goes on to any costs would not be owing or not. So, bless you. So Ms. Stevenson is now logged back in. So, I just admitted her from the breakup from the waiting room. It shows that she is joining. Okay.
What do you want me to do?
I just wanted to be able to see you. That's all. I can see you now. So I did receive your email regarding the communications from Fairmax Law. So I'm going to forward that to reporting that to Ms. Luckoff. And then Ms. Luckoff is accessing your previous case so that she can send a copy of the register of actions to the court so I can review that. So, because this appears as though there is a skeletal bankruptcy petition and you still have 14 days before your case is actually filed or dismissed. So it doesn't appear as though there's a bankruptcy case at this point that would require this court to issue a stay, to comply with a stay. Nor has there been a stay presented to this court.
I don't know what y'all talking about, but I don't mean to
I'm sorry,
interrupt
you're
you,
breaking up. I can't. You're breaking
Your
up,
Honor,
Ms. Stevenson.
but my case.
Ms. Stevenson,
My case
I didn't hear, Ms. Stevenson, I'm not catching a lot of what you're saying because it's a bad connection. So I'm not catching everything you're saying. So can you please move locations? Okay, so Ms. Lukoff, are you still there?
Oh, yes, I am here.
Oh, okay. So we are going on the record in the matter of Royal Woods Townhomes versus Marquia Stevenson, all occupants, 222177. Okay, and so counsel, your appearance, please.
Again, for the record, Your Honor, Cheryl Lukoff on behalf of the plaintiff.
Okay, thank you. And so, Ms. Stevenson is not present anymore. She was on, she logged off, she logged back on, and then I asked her to redo her connection. She said just a moment, and then she logged off, and I think it's been about another 15 minutes and she's not logged back on. So I'm continuing in this matter without Ms. Stevenson. And so, counsel, I did receive the history regarding Ms. Stevenson's case number 2248279. So I have a couple questions, and one is, when was the 2022 case was filed October 19th of 22, correct? The landlord tenant matter?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And so that's important to note because then this Chapter 13 petition was filed and entered on October 21st. Now, Ms. Lukoff, prior to filing this action in October of 22, did you provide Ms. Stevenson with a notice to quit?
She received a 7-day demand for possession. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So my other question is this. Can you tell me if in the bankruptcy court system, is there another case that was filed on behalf of Ms. Stevenson in the year of 2022?
Let me take a look. Hang on. I do not see another 2022. I see a 2019, which again was dismissed. She did not receive a discharge. It was a Chapter 13, it looks like. And then, so no. To answer your question, no.
Okay, so that's important to note because I'll go into that in just a moment. So the court will note that that Ms. Stevenson indicated that she hired a new attorney in January to file a new bankruptcy case. But then she had to wait for her paperwork in this case before the attorney could file the bankruptcy action, which I find interesting because the bankruptcy case wasn't dismissed until March 6th of 2023. And then the final decree and the case was closed April 25th of 2023. And I'm not quite sure how another case could have been filed prior to that without the 22 bankruptcy case being closed. I'm not a bankruptcy expert, nor am I a judge, as that's been established. Oh, and here's Ms. Stevenson logged in again. And so the court will have her place her name on the record in just a moment. Okay, Ms. Stevenson, can you please unmute?
I'm sorry about that. I'm here.
Okay,
yeah.
Hopefully you have better connection right now. Okay, so the court will note the so I was just going through the procedural history, and based upon your 22 bankruptcy case, your case was dismissed March 6th of 2023, but the final decree and the closing of the case wasn't until April 25th of 2023. And it indicates that the order, the United States Bankruptcy Court, Eastern District of Michigan, Southern Division, Detroit, signed by Judge Maria Axel, the United States bankruptcy judge, indicates that the matter was scheduled for hearing on March 6th of 2023. And an oral motion to dismiss by the Chapter 13 trustee was not opposed by the debtors who were present or counsel represented them. It was dismissed for poor pay history, which was 0%. And therefore the case was dismissed and automatic stays issued were terminated. The court will also note that the documentation that was submitted by Ms. Stevenson to the court indicated that there was a skeletal bankruptcy petition that was filed. And Ms. Stevenson, what date was that skeletal bankruptcy petition filed? You're muted, just so you know you're muted. Please unmute. I'm sorry, what?
What are you talking about?
Well, your attorney on your 23 bankruptcy case filed a skeletal bankruptcy petition. What date was that filed?
It was filed completely. I don't know what that word means that you're saying to me. What is skeletal?
I'm reading from the document that you sent to the court. Your attorney stated that they completed a bankruptcy analysis.
The document that I sent is...
Excuse me. Please stop interrupting the court, because we can't record more than one person at a time.
You're asking me a question. You're asking me a question. Let me ask.
Ms. Stevenson is no longer on here. She dropped off. The court did not remove her. I'm just making that a record right now. Ms. Stevenson, please unmute.
You guys would not let me say anything in this courtroom.
Just one moment. Just one moment. Your connection has not been good. And when you start answering a question, I'm not hearing everything you're saying, so I'm asking you to stop talking.
Okay, well, I'm talking right now. I am talking right now, Your Honor. I'm talking.
No, you're not talking. I just muted you. Now, please stop, because I see that you're still talking. You can continue to waste your breath. I muted you because your connection is poor. I cannot hear what you're saying because it's breaking up. So, have you moved to a new location? Have you moved to a location that you have better connection? Just so you know, I muted you, so you'll have to unmute.
I'm gonna type you in chat. Since you can't hear me, I'm gonna type you in chat.
I'm sorry, what is that?
I'm going to type you in chat.
No, we don't have chat enabled, ma'am. You cannot send a message to the court via chat.
Well, I'm letting you know you're not supposed to be here. My bankruptcy has been filed.
No, ma'am, that is
not
accurate.
My bankruptcy has been filed. You guys
Excuse me.
To the bankruptcy. If you do anything or try to evict me, if anything that is on my record, I don't care. It better not be on my record.
Excuse me. You need to calm down. Excuse me. You need to calm down, ma'am.
Because I'm supposed to be here. I'm an attorney. I'm supposed to be here.
Okay, Ms. Stevenson, excuse me. Well, the court muted Ms. Stevenson because we can't catch much of what she's saying. Ms. Stevenson, stop talking. Stop talking. We cannot get what you're saying on the record because you're screaming and you don't have a good connection. So stop talking, please. Stop talking. Stop talking. Stop. I am not one of your children, ma'am, so you need to stop. You are speaking to a court. You are in court, so you need to have some respect for the court. So, as I was saying, Ms. Luckoff, there is not another case that Ms. Stevenson filed in 2022. The court will note that, actually, Ms. Luckoff, can you pull up the names, the bankruptcy court filing to see when this bankruptcy petition was filed, please?
This
see if it was
one?
Before May 3rd? Yes. Okay. The case number is 23-44007.
Okay. Okay. This says date filed 4/30/2023.
4.
Oh, excuse me, 4/30, Your Honor, 4/30.
On a Sunday?
That's what it says. Let me just, I'm going to open the petition here. See what we have here. If that comports. Yes, it says 4/30/2023.
Okay. All right. So what the court will note, counsel, is since there was only one case filed in 2022. Well, actually, I'm sorry. When you open up the case, does it show if there is any motion that was filed along with the petition?
Let me look here. Okay, so it says petition, statement of social security number. I won't read you the whole thing, but let's see, motion. No, notice of missing documents. There's no, I do not see a motion, Your Honor.
Okay, so
you guys mess with me if you want. I'm letting you know this now. I'm letting you know this now.
I'm letting you know to stop interrupting the court, or you will be held in contempt of court. Stop! 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 The court is going to state that the petition was filed on April 30th. So there's 14 days to file the balance of what needs to be filed, which puts it to May 14th. And so, counsel, because there was only one action filed in 2022, there is a 30-day automatic stay that was triggered. So I cannot enter a judge stay, but what I will do is I'm only going to set this out for 2 weeks, well, less than 2 weeks, because I'm going shortly after the 14 days by which the balance of the documents need to be filed or the bankruptcy is dismissed. I'm not going out 30 days right now. So the 30th day would be on May 14th. We don't have a docket on May 19th because of the mandatory judicial conference. So, counsel, are you available on May 16th at 1:30 in the afternoon?
I will make myself available, Your Honor.
And we are doing this in person.
The only thing I need to confirm, give me 1 second, is I have an in-person. Nope, that's on the 15th. Okay.
You guys can contact my lawyer.
Excuse me, Ms. Stevenson, your lawyer has not filed an appearance here at all. So your lawyer doesn't have, excuse me, then that's fine. Then your attorney will know how to proceed. You need to be here in person on May 16th at 1:30 p.m.
Why?
Because the court is going after the 14 days. We're setting this after the 14 days to make sure if the bankruptcy case is still proceeding or if it's been dismissed. So that is why the court is setting for May 16th. Stop interrupting me. Stop interrupting me. May 16th at 1:30 p.m.
I will not be there.
Well, if you're not here, the court will proceed without you. You can have your attorney present, but you need to also be present. So May 16th at 1:30 p.m. in person at the courthouse here. Thank you. We're off the record.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I won't be here.